Up. So Ange spoke in this press conference yesterday, and what have we got in terms of team news?
Yeah, so the team news that we do have is Son is out, which is a bit peculiar, I would say. That Son's injured for the game tomorrow, because we saw him in training at the game on Tuesday. He was all smiles, didn't seem any problems, and all of a sudden he's missing for 2 games in a row. So it's a bit strange.
Well, Ange did say that he's been carrying this problem for quite a while, and he's been playing with the problem. So if he's playing with the problem, there's no reason why he can't train with it. He's just said it has been deteriorating.
Yeah, but maybe
time.
it's, I don't know if he...
I don't even know what the problem is. Nobody even knows what the problem is.
He said it was a foot injury.
It's a foot injury,
That's
is
what
it?
he said. Obviously, he got left out of the game against...
Do you think there's more to it then?
Wolves. I don't know. I'm just saying it's a bit peculiar. He was in training and he was all smiles and everything, and all of a sudden he's out for 3 games in a row. So he's out. Maddison is a doubt after obviously he picked up that massive bang to the head against Frankfurt. We know Dragoshin is definitely out. Other than that, everyone's come through okay, looks like.
Yeah. So let's get into it. Ange did confirm he's going to make a number of changes going into this one. Is this the day that we're going to finally see Kinski in goal?
He said between 5 and 6 changes, he claimed.
Yeah.
So... still, I don't think so. I think because from what I'm seeing, I think Vicario is going to play again.
Yeah, I agree. So Vicario in goal. In terms of the fullbacks, I do think we're going to see Archie Gray at right back in this game.
Yeah, he said he's going to play some players that need the game time, and he's going to make, he said between 5 and 6 changes. And obviously Gray's one of the players who was playing quite a bit for a lot of the season, but hasn't played so much recently. So I think he's for these last few Premier League games, he'll be seeing a lot of game time, I think. So yeah, Gray's going to come in.
Moving on to left back, I think this one's a bit of a no-brainer. I think Jed Spence comes straight back in.
Yeah, Doggy's been brilliant, but I think Jed Spence gets his place back. We know he's a phenomenal player. Bit unlucky not to have been playing in Europa League, but look, unfortunately for him, Doggy's got the shirt at the moment. Because he's been playing so well. So as much as Jed has done a great job for us since Doggy's been out, you have to say Doggy's been brilliant over the last couple of games. So Doggy is in that Europa League team at the moment.
Absolutely. You're really seeing a Doggy come back to his best, 100%. In the centre-back pairing, I do think Van der Ven misses out, obviously.
Danso definitely.
Yeah, Danso comes in. I thought he was really good when he came on in Frankfurt.
Yeah, I thought so as well. But it's whether... So I'm guessing he's going to play left centre-back.
I think it'll be... Will it be Danso and Romero, or will it be Danso and Davis?
I think it's going to be Danso and Romero. Romero's, I think, started 8 games in a row. I think he's got that consistency in his game now. So I think the likelihood will be Danso Romero, and potentially Romero coming off for maybe at some point, or maybe he could play 90 minutes again. But I think it'll be Danso and Romero.
All right, let's go Danso and Romero. So Danso and Romero in the centre-back positions. Moving into the midfield, in the number 6, I do think it's going to be Yves Bissouma. And I actually thought Yves Bissouma put in a bit of a better display out in Wolves.
Yeah, he was obviously taken off because he got that early booking. Yeah, I think Bissouma will probably play again here. And I think I'm not too unhappy about it, albeit I think the game could be one lost in that midfield with the likes of Anderson, Dominguez and Gibbs-White. They've been so crucial for Forest. So hopefully he can play like he did against Wolves for a large part of it, albeit again, it was still a game he got hooked off early. So there must have been a reason for that. Like, I know he was on a booking, but I don't think Ange would have done it if he was absolutely delighted with him, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I thought for large parts he was quite good.
I thought it was mainly down to that booking, because it wasn't just the booking, right? He was making a few silly challenges.
That's what I'm saying. But
I think it was because of that. I don't think it was maybe because of performance level.
I know, but I'm just saying he's left him on a booking before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think if he was on a booking, but he was saying, look, he's still playing amazingly, which I thought he was having a decent game.
No, he wasn't playing amazing. He was just having a decent performance.
I'm saying if you don't hook someone off that early, and if you got no problem with them, if you know what I mean. Despite the fact I thought he was having a decent game.
Yeah. I mean, it just looked like he could potentially get sent off. That's all it was.
Yes, I'm saying, yeah.
In the middle of the park, I think Pape comes in the 8.
I agree.
And then in the 10, I think it will be Dejan Kulusevski.
Yes. Where is he?
Haven't used him for so long. You've lost his place.
Yeah, lost him. I think, he comes in the number 10. I agree with that. Obviously, played 45 minutes against Frankfurt. Could probably do with the minutes as well. He's been getting, obviously, slowly more and more minutes. Hopefully, if Maddison is fit, he can come off the bench as well if Decky can't last 90, or Bergvall as well was there as well. So we've got options.
Yeah, so that's a midfield of Bissouma, Sarr and Decky. And I think it's really important for Decky to get those minutes in his legs and be back to his full peak fitness in those Europa League games, because we're going to need him. We don't even know how long Maddison's going to be out for, but hopefully not too long. Yeah. Moving into the front three, on the right wing, do we think Odegaard's going to start this game? Because it's a strange one, because he's been on the bench last couple of games but hasn't seen any minutes.
Yeah, which is a bit peculiar. And obviously there were rumours about a hamstring problem. So do we think Odegaard's going to start? I'm going to say yes. I think Johnson started the last few games. Although it's against his old club. Let's say Odegaard's going to start. I'd like to see him play. And hopefully he starts this with a view of maybe trying to get back in that Europa League team potentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Johnson started the last few, so I think Odegaard will probably come in.
So up front, I do think it's time to give Richarlison the nod as well. Solanke had a good performance out in Frankfurt, but I think Richarlison, we need to give him a bit of a rest and get some minutes into Richarlison's legs finally.
Yeah, and he scored obviously against Wolves when he came back, so didn't get any minutes in Frankfurt, did he? But I think it's time he starts a Premier League game.
Definitely exerting himself from the sidelines, though.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
So Odegaard on the right, Richarlison up top. On the left-hand side, is it going to be Tell back in the team?
I think Tell retains
or can
his
even
place.
a guy like Mikey Moore be in the side?
I think it's going to be Tell.
Yeah, I do agree.
I think it's going to be Tell. I think he's not played that much where I think he needs a rest, and I think he's getting better and better. I think you want to keep him in that consistency, the way his performances are going. With Son out, I think he retains his place there on the left-hand side.
Yeah, agreed. So let's run through that team with you guys one more time to take to the field against Nottingham Forest. We've got Vicario in goal, Archie Gray right back, Jed Spence left back, a back two of Romero and Danso, Bissouma, Sarr and Decky in the midfield with Odegaard on the right, Tell on the left and Richarlison up top.
We're going for 8 changes.
8 changes. Yeah, and I think it will be something similar to that.
Well, he said
not
5 to 6.
Yeah, he says 5 to 6, but I think it could be a few more.
You reckon? Maybe we've gone for too many.
Well, all will be revealed tomorrow night, won't it? But that is the predicted lineup that we are going for. And we're going to move straight in